hopefully that is all working. At least I hope it's all working. This is going to be an odd stream. So behind me is my game room, my game setup, and it's a goddamn mess. It is an absolute goddamn mess. And the primary reason for that is when we moved in, I put everything in order by system, and I put it in order by alphabetical, so with a couple of exceptions, like I put the Spider-Man games together, even if they're not all necessarily starting with S. And since then I've bought games, and they've just sort of been clumped in, just thrown in there, and it's needed reorganizing for a while. I haven't done it. I thought a nice way to do it might be to stream it, and go from there. Just like we can organize my game room together. So that's what this stream's going to be. Just having a sit and a bit of a tidy, really. It's an odd one. I don't know, it's one of those things. I think if I'm not doing it by myself, maybe I'll actually get it done. So, let me show you the problem. There we go. These are all PS3 games. Oh, the camera's over there now. These are all PS3 games that I've just sort of accumulated since I last organised the shelf. They're all over the place. I'm going to have to just redo the entire goddamn thing. So that's our first problem. I think what I'm going to have to do, because there's a lot of, I don't know if you can see, there's PS2, there's all sorts, just sort of jammed in there. It's going to have to be, I think maybe take it all off, alphabetize it, and then put it back up, because like there is PS2 randomly, not in any order, over here. Really shouldn't be. That's part of the problem. You know, and it's sort of like, it's in here, it's above the PS1 games. Really shouldn't be up here above the PS1 games. Part of the problem. Transfer these over here as well, part of the problem. And you'll see, once I've done doing this, it'll look much neater, but half the games won't be on there. So, what's the point of it being neat if it's not got everything on there? So, more parts of the problem. And yes, there is a Virtua Fighter 4 and 5 in the problem pile. I wanted to play some Virtua Fighter. It's as simple as that. So, let's have a go, shall we? I'm going to have to start with PS1, and I think PS1, there's only a handful of new PS1 games, so PS1 I think we can do fairly easily, and then I'm going to have to deal with the knock-on effects through to the other systems. So for example, PS2 I think is going to go longer than the shelves it currently has, so I'm going to need to sort that. So we're just going to chill and do this. Let's start by sorting out, there's only 3 games here. Crisis Beat, Robocod, James Pond 2, and Transport Tycoon. So we've got a C, an R, and a T. Oh! CRT TV. That is accidental. I did not expect that. Right. Let's do this thing. So, all of this is going to have to come off, because C is back there. And as you can also see, what games I have. Woo! I don't know what that was. Don't know what that woo was. Right. So I'll try and do it like there. Ooh. The same handful both times. That's kind of interesting to me that I am that consistent. Remember RPG Maker? Everybody knows RPG Maker. What about Fighter Maker? Yeah, this was a piece of shit. I need to talk about that one day. It's an absolute piece of shit. Ugh. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. And then some Final Fantasy. Also, I'm just gonna say it. We got better cases than any other territory. We got the best cases. A Sunday morning stream from the Webinator. Yes, indeed. We're organising the game room. It's been too long. Got a bunch of games that are no longer in alphabetical order. Because I've just been buying shit that I probably shouldn't be buying. Let me turn that around so you can see the spines. Right, so we've got this problem. but for like all the systems. So none of that is in alphabetical order anymore. There's games just shoved in any which way. So I'm gonna pull the whole thing down, and then once I'm done pulling the whole thing down, I'm gonna put it all back up in alphabetical order. It's a really weird idea for a stream, I know, but I've been putting this off for ages, and I thought the only way I'm going to do it is if I have company. So, I've got company. I prefer the slim CD cases for storage purposes. I'm also from Europe. Oh, cool. We're getting import Dreamcast games. Yeah, you know what's nice about the CD cases is that they don't crack. If we take here, Zombie Revenge, like, I do like these cases, but all of my Dreamcast games like have a broken hinge or something wrong with them. Or just the entire front cover coming off. That's great. Also, these spindles break all the time. They are just crap. So what I have to do for a lot of my Dreamcast games, and I guess this is a plus that they made them like this, is the discs are usually in the back. I don't know why, but they made like every Dreamcast game like a dual case, and the spindles in the back are usually in much better condition than the ones in the front because people didn't use them and they've often had the manual for padding. So if you want to keep your Dreamcast discs good and you're from a PAL territory, pop them in the back. A little tip from me to you. And that can go back there. Right, what was I doing? Manically putting those up. Do the books thing. Order it by publisher. No! No, it's got to be alphabetical. It has to be alphabetical. I'm not bending on that. It's alphabetical or not at all. Right. Here we are. Oh, I have the most messed up case in my collection here. This is a Command & Conquer with a big split there. And look at that side. Look at how broken and horrible that is. But it's my copy of Command & Conquer, so it stays. Right. So, that now leaves me in a place where I can put Crisis Beat, which I do have a video planned for, up on the shelf. Don't know what Sega were thinking when they made cases for Saturn or Dreamcast in the EU. Saturn's interesting. We got both the plastic cases and we got the cardboard-only cases. And, yeah, I have a really bad example of a SimCity that's just knackered. So, what's it doing? Crisis speed. If I do it at this speed the whole time, I'm going to be here for like 6 days. I need to speed up. So, these are my C's. So, Casper, Chase the Express, Chicken Run, Crisis Speed. Cool. So that can just go straight in. That's fine. Good boy. Do I have any other PS1 games milling about anywhere else? Or did I put them all there? I put them all there. That's fine. I can deal with that. Right, so now refill that shelf. Croc 2 is going to have to come forward. Oh, this is a bit where it starts getting air quotes fun. Because where it starts having the knock-on effects, because I left myself no space for expansion at all. I just thought it would be fine. And it was not fine. So now I gotta play Jenga, essentially. This was a good steal and a find, by the way. £8 in a little village shop. I don't think they knew what they had. £8, it is complete. Case could be in better condition, but I can always do a case swap. Yeah, £8. Wayne would be proud, and if you've not watched Wayne is Boss's videos on the Digimon World games, then you absolutely should, because they are brilliant. People go crazy for Casper on the Saturn. Never heard of any other Casper games. The PlayStation Casper and the Saturn Casper are the same game. Just a little tidbit. And, of course, for some reason I own both versions. This proves that the Saturn can do transparencies, though. Oh, that's awesome. In doing that, I found my copy of Christmas Nights, which I thought I had lost. But there it is. Let's put you with the other CD games. There we go. That's a back up. I've done one part of the shelf so far. I need to pick up the pace. Right. Dukes of Hazzard Fighter Maker. I'm going to get 2 more games up there, which will be Final Fantasy Origins and Fighting Force. Which means that Final Fantasy Anthology is now going to have to step over to the next one. Christmas Nights is in the... It is kind of in the HD collection. You cannot unlock Sonic in the HD version, and that... You've got to be able to unlock Sonic, right? Okay, so now we come on to the second shelf. Point blank! No, stay. Do not topple over. Resident Evil 2. Don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know why I'm doing that. I just, like I say, this is one of those jobs that will just drive you insane, so you keep putting it off, and then it's like, well, shared insanity is maybe better, right? We can share the insanity. You saw in the PS2 port of Nights. Oh, the Japan exclusive one. Nice. I think that's what the Steam version is based on. I could be wrong. Oh, G-Police. If Mr. Terry Chaos is around, he'll be very happy to see I have G-Police. Sit there for the moment, please. Incredible Crisis is another game I keep meaning to talk about and do a video on and just haven't gotten around to, but Incredible Crisis is incredible. Oh, that's going to be interesting. I have a double. Alright. Demo disc can sit there for a minute. So, this has the 3 most expensive games in my collection here. Mega Man Legends 1, 2, and The Misadventures of John Bon. That is, in terms of sheer, like, pound for pound price value, these are probably the most valuable games that I own. So if anything should ever happen, insurance company, this video, you've just seen them, right? You've just seen them. People rag on the PS1 ports of the old FF games, but I enjoyed them. Yeah, that's what we had in Europe, right? Because they didn't... We did not get the classic FFs. We just did not get them. And this was ultimately what we got. This was it. Ooh, do I need to be careful here? Yes, because there's a Spider-Man there, and the next game to go in is Robocod. So we'll start with Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy is an RPG. Right, then we're going to go into... That seems like a big jump from F. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. Yeah. Oh, because I'm an idiot. That was the stuff that was at the front. And this is the stuff that was at the back. So this stuff... this is the other thing I have to be careful of, is to not completely bollocks up the order while I'm doing this. That's going to be, yeah, interesting, to say the least. So actually, all of these, because it's R, and this goes to M, all of these can go straight back on, except for Metal Gear, which now won't fit and will have to come forward a row. This is when they talk to you on YouTube about how great physical media is, and why you should have a gaming collection. They don't tell you about this shit, do they? They never mention, oh, by the way, it's going to be a horrible pain in the ass, updating your shelves every time you decide to buy a new game. I hope you enjoy going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until the end of time. Although my wife is saying I need more exercise, and I will be doing a lot of bending, stretching, and moving today to get this done. Well, just a thought. This might not have to come forward one. There's a gap. There is a gap. Oh! But then is that a bit... Yeah. No. It's in there, but it's tight. I don't like that. It can come forward. It's the thing, I don't want to put pressure on, especially these flimsy fucking cases. I don't want to put pressure on them if I can avoid it. Right, Robocod. So this is why I need to be careful, because I'm coming into the R's now. So there you go there. These go up here. It's Point Blank, 1, 2, 3, Rayman Reboot, Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil. Survivor. Right. Here we go. So, RoboCod is going to slip in between Ridge Racer Type 4 and Rugrats Search for Reptar. Hell yeah, Rugrats Search for Reptar. Here we got Mercenary BDU, what up, what up? Physical media is still great as it keeps your mind more active. It's doing something to me right now, that's for sure. New video series. Webster tells us his favourite game on each system beginning with A to Z. One for... Not a terrible idea! Have you got the Neversoft Spider-Man game for Dreamcast? No. I keep wanting to get the Dreamcast port, but it's like 60, 70 quid for this with nicer graphics and a higher frame rate. And I'm like, 60 to 70 quid? I could get a GDMU for that. Right, so I'm popping RoboCod in, but just before I do, I'm going to show you something silly. There. It's James Bond RoboCod again! I've been on a bit of a thing with this. And it's James Bond RoboCod again! I can go back, that's need reorganising right now. And... Sorry, mouse, Sonic, get out of the way. There's this thing of having figures on here. It's James Bond RoboCod again! And you're never going to believe this. Never going to believe this. It's James Bond RoboCod again! Then, I'm still not done, I don't think, because there's one more. What other system did I get it on? Ah! This is the silliest one. It's James Bond RoboCod again! Like, they just keep re-releasing this game. I don't know why. I need to talk about it in a proper video, but they keep re-releasing this game. And it's really silly. Right. Back could go there. That's fine. So, RoboCod goes in between Ridge Racer and Rugrats. Okay. So you get a couple more games up there. Just be careful. Sold Blade. Right. Now we're on to what was originally the final PlayStation shelf. We'll see if it's still the final PlayStation shelf after this. Okay, yeah, I know how moderation works, YouTube, thank you. It's the same game. Yeah, they have been releasing that for years. Although, weirdly, it's entirely different levels from, like, the PlayStation 1 version onwards. I don't know why. But the level designs just completely change once you get to the PS1. And then they keep those level designs for the future releases. Oh, what an absolute shite wrestling game, by the way. Absolute shite. So this is fun. So this is something I need to decide what to do with. This is a sealed Final Fantasy IX. Black label, sealed. I've had this for a number of years. I have an open Final Fantasy IX that I play, because of course, but yeah, I came across this, and I couldn't ignore it. So, yeah, I don't know where this goes or what I do with it. I've been tempted a few times to sell it, but yeah. Oh, also, I've got a couple of Japanese games, because at the time, these were much cheaper than rebuying Mega Man Legends 1 and 2, and I thought maybe that would satisfy me. It didn't. I bought the PAL versions in English. Why do you keep games you don't like? I mean, it's a valid question. It's a very valid question. I don't have an answer for you, but I respect the question. I'm gonna make like a side pile for these. They don't really fit anywhere. Right. So, Spider-Man 2, Star Wars, Siphon Filter, Tekken. Theme Hospital Time Crisis. So, Transport Tycoon, which I know nothing about. I found that in a store. Cheap price, never heard of it. Went, yeah, that's got like SimCity vibes, I guess. Why not? So, TRLMNOPQR. Yes, I don't know my alphabet. I have to sing it to myself every time. Yeah, no shame in that. I mean, maybe I should be a little bit ashamed of that, but I'm not. So, deal with it. Right, so you're going to have to come forward. There. And you're going to have to go in there. God, this is just the PS1 section. Side note, finished the remaster of this literally last night. Video is inbound. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I prefer Tomb Raider 3 over Tomb Raider 2. Not a popular opinion, I know. But I'll get to it. You'll hear all about why. Oh, Tony Hawk's 1, 2, 3, 4. Vagrant Story. Right, so there's the cutoff. There. So... Oh. Can't forget these. So you go there. You go there. And then... Transport Tycoon, because it's LMNOPQRS, so transport. And... World's Scariest Police Chasers, banger. It's basically driver but role reversal. Banger. That is a hidden gem. Right, those are up. So what I've not put back on the shelf for PS1, because I don't think it's worth creating an entirely new bit, Sealed FF9, Japanese Mega Man Legends 1 and 2, and the demo disc that contained Monkey Hero. Because I needed that for a video, so I tracked down the individual demo disc. Have you played the unreleased PSV remake? Yes. So the one I got hold of was not by any means complete. Like none of the enemies reacted or moved, and you couldn't really do anything. But yes. And I do kind of wish that that was the remake we had gotten. And you have to take a different approach for PS2, because there are a lot more PS2 games that need to go in there than there were PS1 games. I've been buying a lot of PS2. Don't know why, just been on kind of a PS2 kick. So I'm thinking I alphabetize this pile first, then once this pile is alphabetized, I know what needs to go where in here, and then I think we're cooking. I'm also thinking I'm going to end up intruding on the start of PS3. So PS3, regardless what happens, is going to have to shift the shelf, like all the way down, to accommodate the PS2 stuff. This is why physical collections aren't always as great as they seem, folks. This shit right here. So, let's do it, let's have a go. Let's try, so... Thrilling content, man does the alphabet. Right, so Virtua Cop Elite Edition, Virtua Fighter 4, so they obviously go together. Midway Arcade Treasures 1 and 2 obviously go together. James Pond Robocop will be a J, so HIJKL, that will go there. Dog's Life is how I found out that my PS2 controller is knackered. So, I don't know, when I get my next set of YouTube ad revenue or whatever, usually only about £60 every 2 months or so, but hey, better than nothing. I might get one of those Defender pants. That sounds like it might be a good idea. Oh, it's playing Ice Cap Zone. I'm sorry, I forgot I put music on for myself, and then was like, is my phone ringing? No, my phone is not ringing. Okay. So then, Soul Calibur 2S. I had the GameCube version, not the PS2 version, because Link, but then kind of wanted the PlayStation version as well. Mercenaries, thank you to Snakera. Just take that off of there. was his mystery Steam code he gave me as well. So, Legends of Wrestling Mercenaries. LM. There's another M. And then HIJKL, so like that. And then Mercenaries before Midway. Done. What the fuck is this? Fightbox, okay. A, B, C, D, E, F. Batman Begins. Run B. H, I, J. So this is going to have to live with James Pond. There we go. Oh, Disgaea. I'm very late to this party. Very, very late to this party. That's another D. Ooh, LMNO. S. It is such a clean copy, right? So clean. I couldn't believe that when I found it. I ignored the condition, I couldn't believe. I could believe I found the game, but anything in a cardboard sleeve just gets destroyed. No one takes care of that shit here. You buy something from Japan as an import, always comes in pristine condition. You get something from here, knackered every time. LMNOPQRSTUV, so Urban Chaos before Virtua Cop. Ridge Racer! Where are we putting this one? Remember that. P, Q, R, S, goes there. I don't know my foot. I'm embarrassed to not know my alphabet. Tomb Raider Legend. So a friend found this, I think it was Mr. Terry Chaos actually, and sent it over. And, yeah, there we go. Is this song from Outrun? Probably. I don't actually have the playlist open at the moment. Let me see. Open a tab here. No, it's not gonna let. Hang on. What a pain in the bum this thing's being. There we go. Maybe it was. By the time I've actually responded, it's now on Shining Force. Japan have a really serious pre-owned culture. Yes, I very much want to go one day. I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford to, but I would very much like to. But yeah, I'd never seen Tomb Raider Legend in a cardboard sleeve before. Mr. Terry Chaos came across it and, yeah, sent it on up to me. Thank you, Terry. Right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Because for some reason they didn't call these Tomb Raider, they called all of these, by the spine, Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Oh yeah. So that's going in L. Is that pedantic as fuck? Yes. Do I care? No. A lot of James Bond. I went on a Bond kick. We've got Agent Under Fire, Nightfire, and Everything or Nothing right here. So, Agent Under Fire, obviously, first. And they all start the same as well. James Bond 007, so that makes it really easy to put them together under J. Oh, and we go from James Bond into James Pond. That, I like that. I very much like that. Right. H. Headhunter, 1 and 2. H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. So, that goes before James Bond. Oh, you're... All the others, James Bond 007, whatever. This, just from Russia with Love. Just from Russia with Love. Thank you for completely screwing my entire system and giving me an existential crisis over whether to put you with you, the other James Bond games, or you, the alphabetically correct order based on the spine. It's alphabetically correct, isn't it? So, Fightbox from Russia with Love. Done. And then a very easy beatdown Fists of Vengeance. B, right at the start, just behind the Batman. Oh. I may be having a stroke. Right. So, Soul Calibur is before Shadow of the Colossus. And that is my complete pile of shit that need to go somewhere. Right? So that's all the new bits. Now, I need to incorporate all of this new into the old. That's the challenge, and I can tell you now, I'm going to have to move that PS3 section. I don't like that I'm going to have to move that PS3 section, but this is going to have to shift that way to make room here for this slot. Why did I agree to do this? I thought Americans wouldn't know how to say Laura. What's ironic about that is that whenever I watch an American review of a Tomb Raider game, they still pronounce it fucking Laura. It's not Laura, it's Lara. It's like, and sometimes they try to say, well, no, that's how we say it here. No, I don't go to America or Australia or Japan or somewhere else and go, hi, my name's Sam, and they go, that's nice, we're going to call you Brian. Not how it works. Someone's name is their name is their name. Math is math. The weirdest things get to me. Right. There is a chunk of this shelf that just goes, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball. I did hear a new James Bond was coming. Yeah, so supposedly IO Interactive, the Hitman developers, are working on a new 007 project. I don't know if that has been impacted by, whatchamacallit, the recent sale. So Amazon MGM have now acquired it and the old estate are no longer involved. And I'm like, I wonder what that means for the licensing agreement that IO Interactive had. Also, shout out to Susie the Spear Hunter. Only reason I'm aware that this game exists and that it's actually pretty decent. Again, found one with the cardboard sleeve in. I mean, it's got a nick there, but otherwise, fairly good condition. Cardboard sleeves, they do not stand up usually, but yeah, that one's quite nice. Did you play Sparking Zero? Yes. Oddly, I found I could just spam ultimates all the time, and kinda had the opposite problem, in a way, but hey, I do like to cheese things. This is gonna be a pain. This is gonna be a pain! So while I was back there, I found this, Alarm for Cobra, which had just been shoved in at some point, completely in the wrong alphabetical order. Army Men, Soldiers, Heroes, Alarm for Cobra, right, so that goes there. After 24 the game and 50-cent bulletproof. God, I buy some beat game bullshit. Why do I have so much of this stuff? Right. Let's pop those down there for now. So, my first question is, I'm up to CA. Do I have any that need to go in already? Yes, there are 2 that need to go in already. So, Batman Begins and Beatdown go in. Oh! Behind 2 other Batman games. Yes, I'm on the floor. That's it. This has already got me. Yeah, Batman Begins, Batman Rise of Sun Tzu, Batman Vengeance. Beatdown, then the rest of that pile. Right. So I now need to worry again in C still. So it's 2 games for C. So we have Cold Winter and Crimson Sea 2. So an R and an LMNOP QRS, so they're in the wrong order right now. So considering this is a D pile, that's gonna... why did I decide to do this? If you only ever play one Time Crisis spin-off, by the way, make sure it's this one. It's fantastic. Right, what was I doing? So, Capcom City, Crash, 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 Crisis. Right. So Crimson is between Crash and Crisis Zone, so you live there. And then Cold Winter, LMNOP, so you go between City Crisis and Crash Seraph Cortex. You live there. Done. Now, I've got some D's. D's nuts. Disgaea and Dog's Life. So, so Disgaea is going to interrupt. So I've got QRS, so Dirge of Cerberus, Final Fantasy VII, then Disgaea, so that's that bit. Then all of the Dragon Ball. Oh god, it's getting as tall as me on the floor. That's not good. Dragon Quest, Driver, Endgame. Right, so Dog's Life lives there. Before this wobbles any more than that, I'm going to... Hang on, let me just pick this up and see if I could show you. I don't know if that's going to appear on camera or not. Yeah, there it is. There's the pile. There it is. Just a little pile. It's fine. It's just a little pile. It's fine. There are a few good Ghost in the Shell games. So I'm told. I only have the one of them right now. But the PlayStation 1 one is ridiculous money. That's like Second Mortgage kind of game, that, I think. Even for like the PAL version, I often find PAL versions of games can be cheaper. Like Futurama, 15 to 20 quid here, 60, 70 in the US. Oh, I forgot to include Dark Cloud and Dark Chronicle when I de-shelve. That's going to ruin my day, isn't it? It's going to ruin my week. Not just my day. Right. So that's you lot. So you start with Burnout 3, the best. Capcom vs SNK 2, goated. Right, now how many crashes can fit? Interesting. We've added more to this bit than I thought. That's... That's toasty. Right. Citizen 2. But I should lift with my legs. You go there. You go there. This will be worth it. I'm sure this will eventually be worth it. Ah, goddamn. Too many games. There's a convention in the US. I really should try to attend one here. See if I can save up the money and go. Probably need a new job to earn more first, because I don't get paid enough to attend as it currently stands. So, this is how many games were on that shelf. That shelf is now refilled, so I have added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. We're one shelf in. This whole project may be doomed. Oh no. Oh no. Right. Let's start again. So we're coming into L now. And N. Maximo, 3D Ghosts and Goblins. Doesn't seem to get much love. This is the second one. There's the original. The original's there. And just while I'm on the M's, Manhunt. Manhunt 1, dirt cheap. Manhunt 2, really horribly expensive on PS2, but dirt cheap on the Wii, which is effectively the same game. I never understand stuff like that. Oh, that's what Grand Theft Auto. It's kind of scary to think how many Grand Theft Auto games we had on PS2, and then how long we've waited between Grand Theft Autos 5 and 6. Like, it's just not... It's not right. It's not on. Rockstar, get your shit together. I nearly called them Rocksteady. I keep doing that. I really shouldn't. It's not their name. It's not their name. It's not their name. Oh, I'm going slowly... Oh. This happens too often to me. Look what I just pulled off the shelf! And look what I have over here, waiting to be alphabetized into the shelf. I've doubled up. No. So folks, I want to show you something. It's a real pain in the dick. I don't have a local anymore. They closed. These are in the better cosmetic condition, so these are the ones I'll keep. Maybe we'll have a giveaway on the channel or something for these. I don't know. For sake. Kind of want to swear now. Do that too often. Do that far too often. I need to get like a list that I can take to stores with me. Or to just check the goddamn shelf before I go on eBay. That's what I need to do. What kind of bookshelf do I use? These are IKEA Billies. They are the half-length ones. Just kind of easier to move the room around if I want to, because they fit in more slots and spaces. And also when we measured up, we were like, we can maybe fit 2 long ones along there. And then have short ones for like the corner. But the connectors for the corner one assume you have another thin one to connect to. They're a real pain in the ass. I have a spare set of the connectors at the moment, actually. Hang on. Where are they? It's got a little bit of the guinea pig's hay in it at the moment. Hello, buddy. Yeah, so these. And they're a real pain in the ass to then hook the longer, bigger, heavier ones onto these. So, yeah. We knew we wanted a corner unit. So it's fine. Right. Let's start incorporating some games, because we're, past the point where I should be adding games. So first of all, these are the spillover from the previous. So that's alright, that can go in. FG, so these appear before these. So, Final Fantasy Fight Box. So, Fight Box is before Final Fantasy. So you live there. And then A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So, yeah, From Russia with Love goes between Final Fantasy XII and Galarian's Ash. Worst sequel ever made. I get legitimately angry about that game's existence. So then the Headhunters will go in here, because I've got a bunch of G's. So it's HI. So everything up to here is alright, and it'll go in between Street Fighter and Half-Life. Okay, that's an interesting PS2 port. A very interesting PS2 port. And yes, I do say that with some heavy connotations. Oh, that's really ugly. I've never noticed that before. So all PS2 games in the UK have the same font on the spine. And look at Haven. Everything is top-aligned on every single PS2 game. And then you get Haven Call of the King, thinking it's bloody special, being center-aligned, and making the whole thing look ridiculous. Haven, you suck. Oh. Why? Why? It makes no sense. Oh, shit, I was meant to put Headhunter in, wasn't I? That's the whole point of what I'm doing here. Not yelling at Haven Call of the Bloody King. Right, you live there in between Haven and Hitman. I'm gonna give myself a goddamn aneurysm. Right, so then it's I, and that's fine. When do I have another one to add? J. So I have to be very careful, very now. So those go there for a minute. James Bond goes into James Pond. And then we've got Justice League. So J. K, so that's Killzone and Kingdom Hearts. What a pair. A little bit of Killer 7 as well. And Kingdom Hearts 2, Lara Croft, Angel of Darkness, Lara Croft Anniversary. Yeah, that's correct. And then I've got, this is where we have the Cardboard Legend to add. Somehow I didn't have the PS2 version of Legend already. It seems strange to me. Feels like the kind of game I would have had. I probably assumed I had it, and for that reason didn't ever buy it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you kind of always figure, oh, I must have that at home, so you keep passing it up, and then one day you realise, huh, I don't actually have that. Anyway, what I do need to get at some point is the PS2 version of Underworld, because that is an entirely different game on the Wii and PS2 compared to the other systems. It's very much a Sonic Unleashed scenario, where they just went, this is never going to run that, so we'll make something else entirely. Right, Legends of Wrestling will need to come in here. So, I've got Legend of Spyro, Legend of Wrestling is W, so that will go after. Yeah? Yeah. Legends of... But before Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, which is a game that I don't know why I own. It's probably Shovelware Shite, but I have it. I think Shovelware Shite is just where I live. Do you have Resident Evil 4? Yes. Yes, I do. Thanks for the info. Most people would... Oh, yeah, no problem. No problem. Yes, Resident Evil 4. It'll be in this bit. I'll show you it when we take that part of the shelf down. Oh, I don't have Return of the King. I just have Two Towers. I assumed I had Return of the King. Chat, make a note for me. Buy Return of the King, because it's fucking awesome. Right. So that will bring us into the M's of PS2. Do I have anything to... And I do have some M's to go in PS2, so... Oh, I can incorporate those now, because I've got M to N on the floor. Give me a moment. Fascinating watching, I'm sure, me being on the floor. QRST, so... It'll go between Meet the Robinsons and Metal Gear Solid 2. Phrases I did not think I'd be saying. Between Meet the Robinsons and Metal Gear Solid 2. And then between Metal Gear Solid and Mission Impossible is Midway Arcade Treasures. So if we look, because of the games we've added, this is how many we've now displaced. It gives you an idea of how much more shelf space I'm going to need. And it's, yeah. Oh, when you say the GameStop edition, is that the one with the chainsaw controller? That would be pretty badass to see. Right. Let's bring some stuff down from the shelf. I hope I don't end up splitting the Sonics across two shelves. I hope they at least stay together, but we will see. Right. That's the other part. Ah, yes. Well, I remember. That is the UK Steelbook for Resident Evil 4, just there. So it's quite nice. It's actually indented as well. Like, they actually punched the letters into the steel. It's quite a nice little addition. Right. And of course, right next to it is the real Resident Evil 4, which is another game I really want to get the Dreamcast version of and just have not spent the money on yet. Maybe with a couple of super chats I can get the Dreamcast version, hey? Wink wink, wink wink. Sorry. that was cringe even for me. Right. So, this is up to N, and this is O. So LMNO, Operation One Back 2, will presumably be the next one I have to put in. So all of this can go on there exactly as it is. I've tried to pick up too many at once. That's what I've done, picked up too many at once. At least, this is the biggest section that needed new shit added. Oh no! 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 So I've just looked down here. I bought iToy Monkey Mania last weekend. Whenever Bristol Video Game Expo was, I brought iToy Monkey Mania. That's an E! That's an E! It's an E! It's a goddamn E! Okay. It's not too bad, because it's EY, so that ends with EN, so it'll be behind here. Which means I can move Manhunt over one to there, and it won't be too bad. Wait, some Sonic 2 music. Properly timed when I needed a boost. Thank you, Sonic 2. Oh, fucking hell. Right, just hang on. We've got this, It's alright. It's fine, nobody panic. It means both of the Incredibles games can be together. Oh hey, I do have the Hot Ultimate Destruction. Guess I was looking under H rather than I when I was looking for it the other week. I mean, makes sense. Right, iToy, Monkey Mania. You bastard. We can go. Just there. We're gonna put that just there. It's fine, this is fine, we have the situation under control. We have the situation under control. Oh dear. Go on, get back up there. Like, this is reason enough for when my wife says you have too many games, stop buying games. This is enough reason for me to listen. Because I have to keep doing this. And I hate doing this. Oh, we've got a lot of chat bits. The Blue Steelbook with Leon. Is the game fun? So I've not been keeping up enough with chat enough to know which game that refers to. Is which game fun? I never can answer you properly. Also, there's stream delay, so my autistic, potentially ADHD, we find out on Wednesday, arse is like on to 3 topics on. By the time I read some of these, I apologise. Right, there's Operation Winback 1, so Operation Winback 2, we're going, that's all the Onimushas. There's a whole bunch of Onimusha. Wait, and then Operation Winback 2. Fantastic. Right. What is our next letter? Our next letter is an R, so I have to start worrying, because this takes me up to Ratchet and Clank. It also, annoyingly, puts this on the front bit. So, this is going back a few years before it jumped up even more. iToy Monkey Mania, don't know, bought it about a week ago, have yet to hook the iToy up to try it. I will let you know. So yeah, a couple of years ago I bit the bullet on Persona 3 Fez, ordered from CEX for about £70. I think it's about 120 from them now, but I ordered it for £70. And they sent me this, which is the American version. Now, I can run NTSC games, but, you know, I ordered the PAL version, I expected the PAL version. So I kind of went back to them and complained, and they're like, we don't have another Persona 3 Fez in stock, so we'll give you a refund for the 70 quid, because, yeah, you can't run that, that's the wrong region, we're sorry. But also, you can keep this because it's functionally useless to us, we can't resell that. We're just going to put it in the bin. So, free Persona 3 Fez! Albeit the NTSC version rather than the PAL version. Some people would call that an upgrade, I'm sure, but still. Kind of annoying. One day I should get the PAL version, but yeah. How much do you think you've spent on your collection so far? I did the maths on this, because I had to for the insurance company when we moved. About £9,000. Like, if I were to sell all of this stuff individually on eBay listings, going by the average of sold items, not the bloody stupid buy it now prices that just sit there and gather dust, about £9,000 is sat behind me. I probably spent more than that, sure, but it's what I would get back. And if we were to trade it into CEX, obviously I'd get even less than that. I'd get maybe 3 to 4 grand. It's not. I tend to buy games long after they were relevant and often on the cheap. So I tend to go after the stuff no one else is interested in. And that's not on purpose or a tactic or anything like that. It's just how my weird mind works. I kind of get drawn to it. I'm like, ooh, that looks pretty. Right, so all of the Resident Evils still get to live together. So that's Resident Evil 4, Code Veronica, Dead Aim, Outbreak, Outbreak 2, Survivor 2. They all still get to live together. What I'm worried about is I might have to split up the Sonics. Oh, case in point on the cardboard cases in the UK being shit. This, I had to reprint a cover for my Silent Hill 2 because it was that knackered. Literally falling apart. What if I take page I? Yeah, because that should be followed by Silent Hill 3. And it is followed. I haven't played through the Silent Hills yet. I was a Resident Evil kid. I've been able to pick up the Silent Hills since, as you can see, but not actually gotten around to putting them in and playing them. I should fix that. I agree I should fix that, but still. Right. That is the displaced games. These are the ones that still need to go on a shelf. I'm going to do a test here, test fit, because there's enough room on this shelf for a couple of games, and if this is what's left of the pile, then... we do not have to encroach on the PS3! The PS3 can keep its remaining shelves! Joy! Dance! Joy! Sorry, that was fucking weird, even I admit. Whatever you do, never sell. Oh yeah. A lot of these are just the copies I grew up with, childhood copies, Christmas birthday presents, and then once I got my first job and I didn't have like rent and shit to worry about, it was in that wonderful era where PS1 and PS2 games, even the highly sought after ones, were like £2-3 each. And I would go down Norwich City Centre with my wages on payday, and I'd come back with a stack of games like that, and I'll have only spent maybe 40-50 quid. Those were the times to do it. I feel sorry for anyone now because you just can't do that anymore. People were practically giving these games away at the time. In fact, there's a chunk of the collection that was a co-worker being like, hey, you like old games, don't you? I was like, yeah, why? She went, well, I'm going to the dump after work, and there's some games in there, and be ashamed to throw them away. And then she gave me a bin bag of like 50 complete in-box PS2 games. I was like, do you want anything for these? She's like, no, I was going to take them to the dump. No one plays these anymore. Here you go, you fucking weirdo. I was like, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, you don't sell Mother 1 and 2. No! Oh, that's painful. I feel that. From here. Right, next two are S's, which have to go in here. Sorry, just thinking to myself. And I've cocked up. I've cocked up! Silent Hill 2, you don't get to go on the egg there, I'm very sorry. Get out of here. Shadow of the Colossus gets to sit here. So it's now Shadow of the Colossus, Shadow of Memories, and Shadow the Hedgehog. What a combo! What a wombo combo. Right. Next slot. Here we go. So I have a strawberry shortcake game here, which is so I visited a friend, True Story Seamus. Check out his streams; they're pretty good. And we did a challenge to find the worst game we could for under a £5. And that was my entry, Strawberry Shortcake, the Sweet Dreams game. Which, actually, I don't think is in the camera's view at all. But, there you go. It's a little bit of shit for you. What do they call it in Japan? Kasoge? I think this would qualify as Kasoge. Oh, am I done? I'm really dumb. We are going to have to encroach on PS3. I'm really dumb. I measured it wrong because there's still a pile here on the floor that will need to go in there. So we're going to butt into PS3. That's disappointing. If I'd gotten away with that, I would have too if it wasn't for those damn meddling kids. By damn meddling kids, I mean me and my inability to control my spending. Buggery. Absolute buggery. Oh, Now how do I do this? Right, I need Silent Hill 3. That was here somewhere. I needed to go in the order. Right, I've already put it in the pile already. That's good. So the Sonics will be together. Good news. Bad news, they're going to be at the back of the shelf, not the front of the shelf. So they're going to be ever so slightly harder to get to. I keep thinking about maybe buying some risers so that the back shelf are a tiny bit lifted up and you can still see them behind the front row, because otherwise I kind of forget that I have them. And then they don't get played. And that doesn't feel fair or right to the games. Because, you know, these inanimate pieces of plastic and metal have souls, apparently. And I don't want to upset them. Also note to self, buy Soul Calibur 3. I don't know why I'm missing Soul Calibur 3. You got lucky, damn straight. Damn straight I did. Alright. What's my next letter? U. Okay, so I can go all the way through the T's. And get to U. Oh, beautiful. Something about when they slide in just right. That's what she said. Stop it, Sam. We're going to ruin your non-existent reputation if you keep this up. Oh no. Oh no. Right, what was up? Oh no. I forgot a pile. I skipped some S's and went to T. I skipped some S's and went to T. Yeah, I think it was a good year, 1989. So, just in the right place to enjoy these games as they came out, and then be getting disposable income just as people were clearing out their garages of them and didn't want them anymore. A lot of bargains. Very, very lucky. Yeah. So very much right place, right time kind of thing. Alright, these S's need to go in. We're so encroaching on the PS3 shelf. It's not even funny. Oh no. Oh no. We lose. We failed. Game over. Game over. Hey, SSX tricky. And SSX 3. Right. A lot of Star Ocean. A lot of Star Wars, for that matter. Back to Strawberry Shortcake. So then all of this goes in here. Ah. And then I can fit 2 more games on there. Right. And I've got more than 2 games. I've got to finish the T's before I get to the U's. To add Urban Chaos. Buggery. Right, so PS3 is at the very least moving an entire shelf over. At the very least. What I will do is just incorporate, so, tie, Ultimate, Unlimited Saga. So, fun story around this one, I got in trouble with my parents. So, they let me mail order a game, if you remember that. It used to be you'd get these adverts in magazines, like official PlayStation magazine. It would just be a list of the games and the prices, and you'd send in a check by post, and then they would post you the game. That's how that used to work. So I got permission, I gave my mum the cash I had in pocket money, and she wrote a check for Unlimited Saga. So that... No, it wasn't Unlimited Saga I bought, it was a different game I bought. And that came in the post and that was fine, no problem. Can't remember what the game was now. And then 2 weeks later, Unlimited Saga arrived. and she flipped her lid because she was like, what the hell? I gave you permission to buy a game, not 2 games. What's this game? That's going to have to go back. I'm never letting you do this again. Really, really angry with me. And then we noticed that in the packet that it came in was a letter from Official PlayStation Magazine. They had featured a letter I wrote in, and everyone who wrote a letter in got a prize. And that was my prize. And she was just like, oh, I'm very sorry. That's fine then. That's okay. But yeah, I was in trouble for a hot minute there. I was really like, gritting my teeth, like, what the hell have I done? Because I didn't understand what had happened either. I was like, I definitely didn't order this. What's gone on? But no, it was a prize from OPSM2. So thank you to the writers and editors and wonderful people at OPSM2, rest in peace, for getting me in some hot shit that wasn't my fault. My bad, I've been so focused on saying what I have. Oh, don't worry. My autistic ass does that all the time in real life, so that gets a free pass from me. I'm not not gonna judge anyone for that. I'd be a hypocrite. Pot kettle black, very much. Right. So I'm gonna have to de-shelve PS3 now to make way for more PS2. This is fucking ridiculous. I have a problem. Like, I should see... Well, I do see people about various issues, but this is maybe one of the things I should be discussing with them, is this compulsive purchasing. Because it's not normal or healthy. It's certainly not sustainable. Every month I look at my bank account, that's for damn sure. Right. What do we got? What have we got? Okay, so I'm immediately going to go against a previous decision I clearly consciously made. So all of these are at the very start, because 007 Quantum of Solace, Bloodstone, 007 Legends, GoldenEye, they're all sort of part of the same thing. I played through Legends to chat about it on the Bullet Time podcast with Hot Cider. Check out his channel. But yeah, no, I'm going against myself. These are going back in actual alphabetical, which means I'm splitting up the Bond games. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm splitting them up. So I'm just going to have to be careful now when I'm putting those together to include this and the stuff that needs to be reorganised. Okay. Trying to think now. I'm trying to think, and I can't think. Right. I'm not doing any PS3 reshelving yet, because I have to get all of those spillover PS2 games in that hole, which are now alphabetically organised, at least, so I just have to pick them up with my giant, weird, creepy hands. These are the hands that the original Xbox controller was designed for. And yeah, so that is... The good news is, PS2 now has room to expand. I've got the rest of that back shelf and an entire front shelf. So that has room. PS1, knackered. I can fit literally one more game in. PS2, I can fit... So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 24 plus maybe another 6. So I'm going to say about 30. I can fit about another 30 PS2 games in there. Let's hope I never have to. That's going to be my thing for that. Let's hope I never have to. Right. Now. That's going to have to be de-shelved anyway. Joy of joys. So let's pull all of this down first. And then I can build into that shelf. This is, can you see why I've been putting this off for months? I've not wanted to do it. I've known it needed to be done. Of course I know it needs to be done. I've just not wanted to. I've really not wanted to. So it hasn't gotten done. And now here I am, like a bellend, just being like, okay, I'll bite the bullet, I'll do it now. Right. So now I've got to build into this shelf. I also want to just put this on its side and see a bunch of games that are not alphabetically ordered yet. What percentage of your games? Less than half. I would say less than half. Do you like Nintendo games? Yeah, there's some GameCube in here, there's some Switch, there's a lot of N64, and some Super Nintendo. Never been my main platform, usually only ever get it for the exclusives. Otherwise I probably wouldn't have one, but yeah, it's the only place to play Mario, Zelda, and Metroid, so I keep buying them to play Mario, Zelda, and Metroid. It's a lot of Transformers. Okay. So you're an S, M, 2 Call of Juarez's, the V goes there. We'll pretend we didn't see that. Right. An Assassin's Creed. Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. That is how they don't start with Classics HD, that's just on the front. The spine is Eco, so I. And then R needs to go before S, so that's Ridge Racer! Okay, I must have been on a Ridge Racer kick, because all these pals have had a Ridge Racer so far. Okay. Ridge Racer it is. And then these. How do I want to do these? So there's Bloodstone 007, that's a B. And GoldenEye is a G. So H O A B C D F G H O. Right. I need to worry. Quite early. Damn it. Okay, so let's start at the start. Good idea, Sam. And we'll go from there. So I know I've got an A because I've got Assassin's Creed Rogue. So when we hit Assassin's Creed Rogue, or any Assassin's Creed, I need to stop. Right, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, that would be a good place to stop. I haven't played past Revelations. I haven't played past Assassin's Creed Revelations, and I think it's because I was playing them back to back. I just bored myself of the formula. I did Assassin's Creed 1 to Brotherhood, then started Revelations, and I was just at that point like, nah, I've had my fill. That'll do me. Kept buying the games, because of course it bloody did, but yeah, just kind of stopped there. Right, now Bloodstone will need to go in. So if that's Blur, then Bloodstone lives here. Okay. Now, we're still in the B's. My next one's to add a CA's. So as soon as I get to a C, I need to stop again. So the only C I had prior was Command & Conquer Red Alert 3, which is in much better condition than my Command & Conquer Red Alert 1 I showed earlier. Right, let's have a look in a good book. There we go, Call of Juarez. Which is really weird. I was looking for like a complete physical set of Call of Juarez, and there is none. It does not exist. So some of them are digital only, and yeah, you can't get them. Can't get them physically, which is upsetting. I think the third Call of, because there's 4, if memory serves. There are 4. And I could only get 2 of them physically on PS3. I think you need to jump between like the Xbox 360 and the PS3 if you want a full physical set, which is kind of annoying. That's also kind of annoying. There are C's and D's here. So these couldn't have been in order. Oh no. Can we get an F in chat, please? So, Call of Juarez, Captain America, binary domain goes there, yeah, binary. And then Civilization Revolution. I could put this under S, I think it's technically Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution. I'm not going to look under S for it. And the biggest part is civilization, so I'm going to make an exception there. That is Civilization Revolution. Dynasty Warriors 6. No, when you're that early, you really shouldn't be. You should be right the arse end of the D's. That doesn't look right. Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z, Dragon Ball Z Budokai, Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit, Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast, Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 2. Is that all of the PS3 Dragon Ball games? Or am I missing one? Ultimate Tenkaichi. Where's Ultimate Tenkaichi? Because I own Ultimate Tenkaichi. I know I do. Played it. It's not in this pile. It's in this pile. It's in the pile of shit. Ultimate Tenkaichi. Right, so that's all of the Dragon Bollocks. Right, so that's DEF, which means that at some point I had this out of order. This is the other thing, like I discover mistakes that I made possibly years ago in ordering and cataloguing these, and now they're coming home to roost and I have to fix it. Because of course I do. Thank you, Zach, for the F. This is a way to start daylight savings. Are we synced the US and the UK on daylight savings? I don't think it's daylight savings for us yet. That, or we're already in it. Yeah, I think we're already in it, aren't we? Are we? I don't know. I'd have to Google it. GH. So something's gone wrong here. Something has gone wrong here. I'm back on the floor. Right, Grand Theft Auto, Gran Turismo. So yeah, something has gone wrong. EFG. Yeah, something went very wrong. What the hell? I've got a whole bunch of F's and G's here that should be here. Fantastic Four, Final Fantasy, Full Auto, God of War. Right. Like, I keep doing this on the floor. I shouldn't. I should use that because it's not a great viewing experience for you guys if I'm getting on the floor every 5 seconds. Right. My next one is a G. GoldenEye. So. That's still D. That's fine. Right, let's take all of this down. Oh no! Amazing Spider-Man. I could keep those with the Spider-Mans, or I could be strict and say Amazing Spider-Man, which it is called on the spine, goes in A, which will put it here. Oh, why do I do this to myself? Why do I have such a big old shelf? I look this into a fucking musical. So, Quantum, Ace, Alpha, Armored. So that's Armored Core 4. Answer MNOPQRS. Yes, so Amazing Spider-Man goes in between Alpha Protocol and Armored Core 4 Answer. That's where that lives. And Bioshock Infinite comes forward to there. These get pushed back to there. And Dragon Ball ends the shelf. Well, technically Drive to San Francisco ends the shelf, but that's a big chunk of Dragon Ball. So that ends the shelf. For me, it's daylight savings. Same here. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know if the UK is on a different start date or whatever for that. I don't know if it is or isn't here at the moment. I think we might be. I'll find out. I'll find out. Right. Well, that needs to come down. Oh, that needs to come down. Yeah, there's no way I'd have been able to stick to this without the ability to chat shit to somebody. So I'm enjoying having people in the room at least. Well, virtually in the room. This almost feels like, you know, you got those films in school that were like, don't play with power lines and electricity, you'll die. This This is the equivalent of drugs. Not even once. That's what this is. It's a slow descent into madness through sheer consumerism. My word. Yeah, this will be a fun stream that people will want to watch, Sam. The ideas I have above my station. Right. G. So I need to think when I get to G, stop, because I've got GoldenEye. Which is handy, because there's all of my E's. I wish. Going to make a recommendation, by the way, Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Play it. Very good. Yeah, that was coherent, Sam. Really, really good recommendation there. Just play it. Be good. Let's put GoldenEye there, just so I don't forget. And then we can... Right, God of War Ascension, GoldenEye, Gran Turismo, Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. So what surprises me, I picked this up for £25 a couple of years ago. It's God of War Collection Volume 2, which is the PSP games. And it is now like 70, 80 quid. And I don't know why. I'm glad I got it when it was 20, put it that way. Same with a lot of the Spider-Man games on PS3. I got a lot of those when they were like 20, 25. Now places are asking like 80 for it, and it's silly. It's really silly. One moment. Got a WhatsApp from my wife that just simply says, "What are you doing?" So I replied to her being like, "Reorganizing the shelves and streaming it. People choose to watch it, apparently." Oh, and now I've just walked through one of the stacks I had made. Thankfully nothing's broken. They're just a little bit spilled. Right. And now a hell of a lot of Guitar Hero needs to fit on this shelf somehow. What's my next letter that I need to be aware of? I. For Eco, I think it's Eco. But yeah, that'll be the next one to keep an eye out for. I. So H-I. So there's Hitman, which means we're getting dangerously close. There's the I. So House of the Dead Overkill finishes the H. Next one would be Infamous, but we have an Eco. Eco. Iron Man, Killzone. Okay, so I need to next watch out when we get to M. Remind me, M. Watch out. Let's have a look. Tend to organise stuff alphabetically for the most part. Sometimes put franchise assortments all together, even if... Yeah, sometimes I make exceptions, sometimes I don't. I really flip-flop on it. Interestingly, Killzone got a PS3 remaster. You couldn't buy it separately. You had to get it digitally on the PlayStation Store, or as part of a free pack bundle with Killzone 2 and 3. And it was like the Platinum version, our equivalent of Greatest Hits Killzone 2 and 3. So if you wanted it to look presentable on a shelf, you didn't have to go buy separate Killzone 2 and 3s. Right, my next letter was M, wasn't it? Guess what we're... Oh no. We have a problem. So I have space for 2 more games on that shelf. So that's fine. Lollipop Chainsaw, the original and best release. Apparently the remaster is arse. That can go in there. There's still space for 1 more game, but the next game alphabetically is this chunky box set of the Mass Effect trilogy. Which, funnily enough, I was just talking about the Killzone box set. That was very similar to this. But yeah. Only not the Platinum versions, actually nice versions in here. It's the only way to get Mass Effect 1 on PS3 physical, because originally Mass Effect 1 was Xbox 360 exclusive, then we got it. But yes, I'm going to have to leave that gap there, I think, and skip... No. QRSTV. Ah, hang on. I might be able to trick this. So I've got a couple of games here that are MA. Yes. So, QRS. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Mass Effect. Problem bloody solved. Which means, once again, I had it in the wrong order initially. Great. Turns out, past me did not know the alphabet. Right, that's a handful of disc-only games. These were in a place called, what was it? That's Entertainment, I think it was, or something like that. And they were just, like, in a thing by the entrance, 50p per disc for disc-only games. I'm like, yeah, Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2, like, But the main reason I was very excited with that shelf was I got a PS3 copy of Demon's Souls, disc-only, for 50p. 50p! It's not even a pound! 50p! That's what I want to play, Enslaved. Yes, Enslaved does have a Steam release as well, so you can get it on Steam. They will most likely run much better, I presume. Right, so what's going to happen now is I'm going to take all of this final shelf down. And yeah, we'll definitely be moving over into the PSP stuff. That's going to have to move. No two ways about it. It's unfortunate, but that's what my obsession gets me. Having to do this. I should probably be doing this once a year. I have not done this in 3.5 years, I think we've been living here. I think. And I've not done this, so I'm paying for it now, so I definitely need to get more active, I guess, on this, and just do it more often. Keep on top of it. Because it grows, that's the problem. The task grows. Right, so my M is Motor Storm, we're on MA right now. That I need to ignore, and this is the stuff that used to be one shelf over. Logistics. Right. Metal Gear Rising, Metal Gear Solid HD, Metal Gear Solid 4, Motor Storm 1, Pacific Rift. So that means I'm missing Apocalypse? I think the other Motor Storm is Apocalypse. I do not have Apocalypse. Interesting. Thought I did. Clearly I don't. And actually, let's not forget Max Payne 3 here, which goes after Mass Effect. Whee! There we go. Oh, dear. This is actually making me sweat a little, which is surprising. I'm going to need a shower after this. It's, Actually, before I just start piling them back on the shelf, what's my next letter? R. I'm in R now, so RI, Ridge Racer. Okay. And this is RE, Resistance, so that's fine. We can just keep doing that. So, question for the group while we're here. I know that Ratchet & Clank Quest for Booty is a PAL exclusive. Like, you guys in America didn't get this. You had to download it, it was digital only, unless you imported it. I know that one for definite. The one I don't know, I hear mixed reports. Ratchet & Clank Nexus, the final PS3 game, I get mixed reports on whether you guys had a physical for this, or whether you guys only ever had the digital download. So, yeah, interested in that, please let me know. Right. So that's the Resistance games. Which I must say, I found quite boring. I dropped off the Resistance games, because I got about halfway through co-oping the first one with my uni housemate at the time. We both just looked at each other like, are either of us having fun? No, neither of us were having fun. So we stopped playing. The very few games that get me to that point of just like, yeah, I'm just gonna quit out. I think I'm done. Right, I'm in S now. I do have an S game. Sega Superstar Tennis. Don't knock it until you've tried it. Sega Rally, Sega Superstar. Hey, that works nicely. Right, so then we've got T. So my next one to worry about is T. So these are all S, so you can just go straight in. That's fine. Sly, Sonic. Is anyone else playing Unleashed Recompiled, by the way? Actually finally playable. Very good work by that group. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Race. Okay. Pop those down for the minute. I'm going to have to undo all of the PSP and Vita, which is, yeah, potentially want to sell the Vita. I've got the old OLED Vita, and I own 3 physical games for the Vita, the rest is digital, and I just, I don't pick it up all that often. I'm going to question keeping it at that point. Alright. One of the main things that make me think maybe sell off the Vita is when I look at the games I have, I now have that on Steam and PlayStation 5. That has just been remastered for PlayStation 5. I have a better version of that on Steam. Outside of Uncharted Golden Abyss, which I only have digitally, I don't have physical. Yeah, because Gravity Rush, that came over. That's on PS4. I have that digitally because we didn't. I think it was only like limited run to the physical of that. But anyway, I have a better version of Gravity Rush. So it's kind of really hard to justify keeping hold of the Vita when I don't really have anything that I can only play on the Vita. Yeah. So that might have to go. PSP, on the other hand, exclusives for days. Like, yeah, Metal Gear Acid, Birth by Sleep. Okay, Birth by Sleep is now in the HD collection, but yeah, I love my PSP. I've got tons of stuff on my PSP. Oh, I did it. Right. So that is PSP and Vita. What little Vita was there, deshelved. Now we've got room. I don't know if all this PS3 stuff is going to fit. I think it might take up all of that and then start encroaching on PS4 over here. I don't think it's all going to fit. Oh, I have a problem. We did get a physical release of Into the Nexus. Quest for Booty, on the other hand, was digital only. Oh, okay, so Quest for Booty, correct, you only got digital. That sucks. Especially because it's an important part of that trilogy's story. Nexus, I'm glad you got a physical of, because that is an underrated Ratchet game. A little bit on the short side, which is fine, it just means it doesn't outstay its welcome. But yeah, very solid game. Right, Sonic Transforms, Spider-Man! So this is what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of these Spider-Man games were £15 to £25 when I bought them, and are now selling for about 80 odd. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Especially when you can go on Abandonware and get patched versions of the PC releases for free. If you really want to play them that badly, they're not worth 80 quid. I'll tell you that right now, do not spend 80 quid on those. Right, Tales of Xillia, we really need to get to the Tales games. I've got a lot of the Trails games as well that I need to get around to. Oh, bloody hell. Huh, another decent Time Crisis spin-off. Shame it's only Move controllers, but better than nothing, I guess. At least we got a home release of that. We never got 5 at home, which is unfortunate. Transformers, LMNOP, QR, right, so I need to do Tomb Raider, there, and then Transformers, which there's 1, 2, 3 of here. Cool. And then carry on into Turok. Right, cool. And then I've got a Virtua Fighter. So when I get to V, I need to be concerned again. So, I'm on V. Never mind when I get to V, I'm there. Viking, Battle for Asgard. So, Vanquish, Viking, Battle for Asgard, Virtua Fighter 5. Yes, R comes after K, Sam. You shouldn't need to do the thing in your head to check. The R comes after K. Good God. Right. Moment of truth. These are the last few games that need to go in that spot. Oh! It fits perfectly! It fits perfectly! In fact, I can add one more PS3 game. Get in! Right. So, I'm going to make a decision here, right? I don't want to now move all of PS4 down a shelf, right? Because PS4 starts here and it runs all the way along here, okay? I don't want to bring the PSP stuff down to here. I don't want to do that. I'm going to keep it console, 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 right? And then it can bleed into PS5. So I'm going to leave the PSP games on a sad little pile on the floor for the moment. Let me just see if I can show you. Ah! No, not really. This cable isn't long enough. There they are! Sad little pile of PSP games on the floor. They're not immediately getting reshelved. Oh no. I'll find a home for them. But, yeah. I know what can go in that hole. My disc-based PS3 games I don't have cases for. So Bad Company, Call of Duty, yes, for my sins. Demon Souls. Are there 2 discs in there? WWE All-Stars. 2 discs in here. What's the other disc? Oh, Gran Turismo 5. Alright. Apparently I put 2 discs in the one thing. Hey, there we go, they can nicely slot in there. And then that's PS3, donezo. Right, now we're going to go into PS4. Okay, we're going to ignore PSP and PS Vita for now, but dive straight into 4. So, for that, I only have a few by the look of it, which is alright. It's still horribly out of order, but we need to add in Chris Tales, Red Out Lightspeed Edition, Mighty Striker Gunvolt. Oh, Azure Striker Gunvolt, sorry. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, very glad that got a release. Punisher, on a home disc, thank you. And the Final Fantasy Collection. This is not the really expensive sought-after first print, this is the Anniversary Edition. So it's a reprint with the updates on the disc. So arguably, if you actually want to play the games, instead of being one of those investor twats who thinks you'll retire on your game collection, and if you're one of those, please get the hell out of my hobby. This is actually the more valuable disc in terms of being able to play the damn game. Right, rant over. Let's quickly alphabetize these. So, Azure Striker first, then Chris Tales, then Marvel, then Final Fantasy, then Marvel, then Red Out. That's our pile. This should go a lot quicker and a lot smoother. And then I might stop there and figure out PSP. No, I need to figure out PSP, don't I? I could probably move these collectibles on this shelf somewhere else, and then put PSP in there for now, figure the rest out later. This has been knackering. This is like, there's my exercise for the week. Right, should we start? We'll start over here. We know we have a C and an A, so, and this runs to G. Oh, C, A, and F. So most of the changes, over half of them, are going to affect this first bit here. That's what's going to be impacted. Okay, that's good to know, it's nice context. I'm just going to put my Vita and my PSP in this little nook for now so they don't get damaged. I can hang out with the Dreamcast games. That's fine. Let's do this. Right. Oh, that's a lot of Dragon Ball again. If they put Dragon Ball in a video game, I'd buy it. All you have to do is name your game Dragon Ball something or another. Right, and I might get away with not having to entirely de-shelf here as well. That's the other nice thing. I might be able to, like, rearrange. So, these two are up first. So what I'm going to do is take Dishonored and Digimon Story out. Move these forward. So, Astrobot, Agents of Mayhem, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Azure Striker Gunvolt, Batman Return to Arkham. Right. Then Crash, 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 Cyberpunk. So there goes Chris Fails in between Crash and Cyberpunk, yeah? Yeah. That's accurate, that's fine. Now I need to look out for F, because I've got the Final Fantasy coming up. So, Digimon Dishonored, they go back up. And yeah, I'm having to talk myself through it, otherwise I can't think. I'm weird like that. So Dishonored, that's another set of games where I've bought them all. Haven't gotten around to them yet. Got the Xbox games, bro. Message retracted. Okay? Cool. Right. That's Far Cry. Right, this is where I need to be careful, so... Fallout can go in, that's fine. Then I need to be... So Final Fantasy 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, Type 0. Where's the Anniversary Collection gone? So that's Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... No physical of 9, unfortunately, on PS4. There is on Switch. Then 10, 10, 2, 12, 15, Type 0. Fine. That works. Like that. So that gives me 3 here. Spillover, which makes sense, because I just added 3 games. Now, for my shame and my sons... got any Xbox games? Yes. So Xbox Original is here on this shelf. Mostly exclusives. Xbox 360 is here on this shelf. That is double stacked. There's a lot more of those. And then Xbox Series games are down here. So this is my small but mighty collection of Xbox Series games in this corner. But yeah, for my sins, that's the only limited run game I've ever bought, because it's Scott Pilgrim and it's doing a Sonic Adventure reference. Obviously I already have the digital version to play, so yeah, it's one of my few sealed games, and I feel odd about having it. Like, I'm keeping it, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I feel odd about having a sealed game in the set. Mafia Trilogy, you are definitely out of place there. What the heck? So out of place that you were next to WWE, and I'm working through the us. What the heck? Never mind. I must have been dumb at some point. That, or my wife's come in, borrowed a game from the shelf, and then not put it back in alphabetical order, which has been known to happen. My son is bad for that as well. He'll come in, borrow a game, and then when he comes to put it back, he just shoves it in the old slot that seems to be free. And just like, no, there's an order to this thing. Please do not invite chaos into this. Okay. Right, so that is running H to N. And I need, so that's the G's, they're going in first. And that is an M, so I need to worry about this game and this game. So I've got a Mafia, and I've got a Marvel. Right. So first and foremost, pull the N3 forwards and out, so that these 3 spill over and go in here. Oh, I can fit a 4th. That's interesting. So that's Marvel Avengers, which would then go into either Marvel vs. Capcom or... I'm thinking I've probably got Spider-Man here. No? Where's Spider-Man? Because it's Marvel Spider-Man and I've got Marvel Iron Man. So there's Marvel Avengers, yeah, and then I have Marvel Iron Man and I have Marvel Spider-Man. I'm sure I was a pretentious prick and went, well, they all start Marvel, so they're all going together. Unless I haven't done that. No, Spider-Man Star Ocean. Okay, so yes, there should be Marvel Iron Man and Marvel Spider-Man to go in next. And they are. They're here. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. They're here. Right. And then what makes this next bit very nice is, yes, I bought the goddamn steelbook in a clearance sale for a £5. The alphabet is complicated. Gee, thanks. So now, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. What would be really nice is there's a US exclusive print of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on PS4. It was digital only here, but there was a GameStop exclusive Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And it would just mean I'd have the full series on one platform, on disc. It'd be so nice to have, but I'm not paying the prices it goes for. Besides which, like, at a real push, I've got the digital version of the PS4 Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but I also have, if I really want to get bent out of shape about a disc version, I do have the PS3 release, which was a standard, £5 jobby on the second-hand shelf, so there's that. Oh no! Mafia Trilogy, Marvel, M-A-R, M-A-S even, oh, because there's Mass Effect Legendary Edition and Mass Effect Andromeda there. Mafia, you should be here. You should be here, which means you go in there. Not really enough space for another disc then, so then you come here. So all the Marvel games start the front of that shelf. That's how that works. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Right, so my next one to fit in is Redout, which was in a clearance sale in a game that was closing down, because they're all closing down because Mike Ashley is an absolute twazzock. Yeah. Buys something, asset strips it, flips it, or just shutters it. Absolute stain on retail, that man. Oh, but they wouldn't exist otherwise. Well, maybe they can die with dignity instead of being stripped for parts by that absolute tit. I may have strong feelings about that, as you can tell. Right, so that's the Resident Evils. Which will then come into... Now, am I going to get lucky? No. No, I'm not. I can already tell I'm not. Oh, I'm a prick. I've just put Resident Evils on the shelf. This is Redout. D, Sam, comes before S. That's how the alphabet works. D comes before S. Don't get physical collections, kids. They're more trouble than they're worth. And of course the disc is loose in here, because disc spindles on PS4 games, for some reason, are utter shit. The amount of games I've had come through, still new and sealed, like straight from, say, the Game Collection or Shop 2 or whatever, they're still new and sealed, but they come through the post and the disc is loose, rattling around in there, you can hear it. I'm getting bent out of shape about weird things again, aren't I? I can stop. Right. So now those will start the next shelf, which means all of this needs to come off. Yes, I kept PlayStation Vita AR cards. Maybe one of the few people who did bother. You can't really do much with them. And yes, I need to get a belt or jeans that actually fit me. It's another thing I need to do. Okay, so that goes into the others, that's fine. So... Become the Tomb Raider. What if I don't want it? There. And there's my shiny sight boxes. Woohoo. And some not so shiny Sonic boxes, but hey, still nice to have it. Whoa. Right. So then I've got to work in some resume evils that wouldn't fit there first. They come before anything else. So that's these. Red Out was the last of the games I needed to place. So that means I should just be able to reshelve these now, and that'll be PS4 done. With a bit of luck. So Resident Evil 6, 7, Revelations 1 and 2, Scott Pilgrim, Secret of Mana. Shadow of the Colossus, Shenmue 1 and 2, Shenmue 3, Shin Megami Tensei, Nocturne, Shovel Knight, Sonic Colors Ultimate, Sonic Origins Plus, LMNOP, so Mania should be in between those two. Come on, Sam. Think about it. Sonic Forces. Why be you at the end? It should be like Sonic Colors, Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania, Sonic Origins, surely. I mean, that's not the like chronological order, that's not the order of events in the canon, but still. We're going by alphabet here and nothing else. Oh, that means Tales of gets to start a shelf. That's quite nice and clean. I like that. Team Sonic Racing. Right, I'm making an exception here, partly because I don't want to reorganize stuff. Okay? I'll show you the exception I'm making. Whether you agree or disagree, up to you. Tomb Raider 2013. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So, yeah, I don't want these split around the shelf all in different places. I'm just going to put these three together. I'm going to make an exception. I'm just seeing this as like Tomb Raider, what would they be, 8, 9, 10? Trying to think. So, Tomb Raider 6 is Angel of Darkness, Legend is 7, Anniversary is 8, Underworld is 9, so that's Tomb Raiders 10, 11 and 12. That's how I'm choosing to see them, Tomb Raiders 10, 11 and 12. Like, alphabet be damned on that one. Right, now we get to all of the Legend of Heroes Trails games, which I'm working my way through, slowly. Surely, I'm getting there. It's taken a while, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It can take a while. I really need to finish The Witcher. I still haven't even found Ciri in The Witcher. They bring out these massive games, and I don't know about you, I just don't have the time anymore. Like, I'm in the mid-30s, I've got a full-time job, I got a wife and 2 kids, and they're like, here's another 100-hour epic, and I'm like, thanks, I guess. Don't know when I'm going to actually sit down with it, but cheers! Some fun codes down here. So I can't all live here. We'll see if we can keep the Lego YouTube thing there. So if we can not disturb it. Yeah, they're all from the Dragon Ball Z Advent calendar from not Christmas gone, the Christmas before. We're all in different parts of the shelf. I should probably figure out an actual little display for them. And this is from YouTube's High Five campaign. It's not actual Lego, it's pretend Lego, but yeah, and it doesn't mean anything in terms of subscriber count or anything. They were just like, hey, we're giving back to our creators. Here's a weird Lego-ish cube. And I was like, thanks. I guess. I'll take it. There's free stuff, I'll take it. That's the one thing to do. If you want a British person to accept something, just make it free. We will take your dog's turd if it's free. Right. Where was I? Having a midlife crisis, I think. Right, World of Final Fantasy, WWE 2K18, Yakuza 0, Kiwami, Kiwami 2, 345, Yakuza 6, Yooka-Laylee and Impossible Lair, Wolfenstein, New Order and Old Blood. Done? I want to say done. Is that done? I think that's the PS4 section done. With room to expand, which is very, very nice. I do like. I could probably get another 30 odd PS4 games in there before that's a problem. I'm not going to get another 30 odd PS4 games in there because that would cause more problems than it solves. The Mega Bloks play button, exactly. Oh, hey Terry. Your Tomb Raider scenario reminds me of the decision where to put my Logan Blu-ray. Yeah, right, because it's all X-Men films. They all start X-Men. They're all titled X-Men, except for the Wolverine. That's an annoying one as well, because there's X-Men Origins Wolverine. Fine, that can go in with the other X-Men films, but just the Wolverine. Great, cheers. And by the way, that is not the Silver Samurai. Right. What is my life? So to organise the PS5 games, I need to go in the next room because I know one of the cases is actually with the PS5 right now. So, one moment. Here we are. I had been playing Astro Bot, so I took it through to the other room because I'm lazy. But yeah, so there's... See, all of the games are in here, but all of the consoles are in there. And the reason is I work from home in this room. And by the time I've done a full... I do condensed hours, so I do like 7:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the afternoon across 4 days, and then I have Wednesdays off. But by the time I've done a 10-hour shift in here, last room in the house I want to be in. So all of my consoles and that are in the next room, even though all the games are in here. Anyway, Armored Core, AR, so Astro goes there. Okay, so we have 7 PlayStation 5 games that need to be sorted in. So we have got Street Fighter 6, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Tales of Arise, Trails of Cold Steel through Daybreak, Trails of Cold Steel through Daybreak, that's not it. Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 1 and 2, Wanted Dead, thanks for the recommendation on that one, Terry, and Watch Dogs Legion. So, let's get organising. If for some reason I've got Wayne's Boss's interstitial, let's get scratching in the head after saying that. Watch Wayne's Boss if you don't already. It's good. It's good. It's damn good stuff. Right. So, Trails, I decided to ignore the Legend part. So if I was being strict, it'd be the Legend of Heroes, right? Then whatever. And they would go under L. But, I'll show you why it's a but. I made an exception with PS4 Trails games and put them under T. And the reason being, Legend of Heroes, Trails, Legend of Heroes, Trails, Legend of Heroes, Trails, Trails. Legend of Heroes, Trails, Legend of Heroes, Trails, Legend of Heroes, Trails. Fucking thanks. Thanks for ruining that. Can you see that? Can you see that bullshit? Look at that. Who the hell decided Trails of Cold Steel 3 should nix the Legends bit and not match the rest of the shelf? Who did that? Who did that? I'm coming for you. Good God. You are an enemy of the channel, sir, for designing that spine like that. God damn. This is the content you subscribe for? Oh no. Oh, this is my goddamn mind doing this. Right. So I don't need to worry until S. And also, PS5 is now going to have to come to the point where it's double stacked like the other shelves. Kind of liked having 2 single stacks because there weren't as many PS5 physical games, there just aren't in general. But the time hath come. So everything up to S is fine. I could just transplant from here to here. Yeah? Yeah, it's fine. I'll do that. Right. So I can do that up to R. Now I need to start thinking about it because I've got games that need to go in from S onwards. Okay, so Saints Row Sandland, Scarlet Nexus, Sea of Stars, Sonic. That's all fine. Star Ocean, Stray. Wait, I'm an idiot. Why is Stray before Star Wars Jedi Survivor? So Star Wars Jedi Survivor, fine. Stray, STRA, fine. Street Fighter, not fine. In you go. Then Suicide Squad, and then I think these are just in order. So I can just in they go. Right, so that then leaves the PS5 room for expansion, which is nice. What it does mean is that I have a pile. No, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip. Don't tip. And I do mean a pile of PSP games that will need homing somewhere, because I took them out of their home. And I need to find a home for them. That's not for today. That's a tomorrow problem. I feel like I've done enough for today. Let me just very carefully and slowly put these back on the floor. Like it is. Like it is. Oh dear. I'm just going to put them under my table for now. Just sort of like out of the way where they're not going to get knocked over by me walking through the room or anything. These duplicate James Bond games. Yeah, I'll probably just CEX them or something, but for now, I have a duplicates pile way down in this corner, because it happens too often. They can go there. And then this Sonic and Tails can be like a bookend for the PS5 games, so that they don't tip over or anything silly. Hashtag not my spine. What's your stance on D? The same as libraries and everything else, you ignore D. If something's like the wrestler, you put it under W for wrestler. You ignore the entirely, yeah. Yeah. Hashtag not my spine. That's gonna do it for now. I knackered from that. I'm an old man. Also, I need to go into town and pick a couple of things up. I also need to make lunch for everyone. It's like 12:20. The kids will be hungry, and the wife will probably appreciate me making lunch instead of her having to do it. Nothing to, like, probably just pot noodle, to be honest. But, yeah, no, that was, weird. Thank you for entertaining me on that ramble, through reshelving a game collection. I need to move OBS Studio, because I had it over there on that monitor so that I could see chat reactions and stuff, and then I still looked at this monitor over here anyway, because I'm an idiot. So I was like, I'll put it there, because then I can see chat messages while I'm, like, organising and alphabetizing. Now, I also had to chat on this screen, because there are 4 screens, so there's 1, 2, 3, and then I've got one there, my Wacom Cintiq, that I do my art and my drawing on. I'm going to have to clean that desk now, because it's got Funko Pop figures and stuff on for where I've been reorganising the shelf. But, yeah. Stay dangerous. Thank you. I'm going to try and stay safe. I'm going to do that. But, yeah, no, thank you very much. I'll come to the PSP and Vita stuff at another day. And there's still other systems, like I've bought some new Xbox games because I actually have a decent AV cable for the Xbox now, and I was picking up like Dino Crisis 3 and stuff because they're exclusive to that platform. But also, John from Good Vibes Gaming made a very good point of, why do we always show and review the... Hang on, this is on the wrong... I moved this to a different bit from my usual bit because I was going to be over there, and this faces completely the wrong angle. But now it's in... There we go. There we go. And we can see Tails again! No, we can't because he's sleeping and hiding. Fine. But, yeah, so Xbox needs sorting. There's some wires and cables on the floor there that need sorting. And, yeah, there's still work to do in here. I can't be arsed right now. I think filling in all of the PlayStation shelves, that's like the definition of done for today. If we're to look at Scrum and Agile methodologies, that's the definition of done for this sprint. You know, there's some designers in here that will laugh at that, possibly. Well, actually, there's 5 people in here. I don't know if any of you work in digital design, but yes, that's the definition of done for this sprint. We have achieved this sprint goal. The next sprint, we'll look at PSP, PS Vita, and Xbox, because I've started picking up multiplats on the Xbox because those are the technically better versions. I'm also just realizing now how stroby the camera is. I hope it's not been like that the entire time. I apologize. That must have been awful to look at. But yeah, I'm going to stop waffling. This has been a fun, weird, improvised stream, and I'll hopefully see you soon.